Hello, all my beautiful creative people, and welcome to the very first episode of Write On In. My name is Andrew J. Stillman, and I am going to be the host of this little writing journey of ours. Whether you're an aspiring writer, a pro, or you're just curious about the way writers tick, you have come to the right spot. But anyway, today I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown as to what to expect out of this channel, as well as cover a little bit about what it means to be a creative. But before we get into all of that, if you are watching this while it is still the first video that I have on my YouTube channel, this is your opportunity to be one of the first subscribers I have. And if I have more than just this one video up by the time you're watching this, I would still appreciate it if you would subscribe, especially if I have like a lot of videos and no subscribers. After you subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell notification so that you can be notified anytime I upload a new video. Or you can just come back here on Tuesdays. Apart from that, without any further ado, let's get right on in. Writers come in all shapes and sizes. Whether you're a novelist or a freelancer or a filmmaker or anything in between, we are pretty much going to cover it on this show. As of this filming, I am something of an aspiring novelist myself. I have 8 completed manuscripts that I just haven't really figured out what I want to do with just yet. While I will be sharing the various aspects of my journey as I query out agents and editors and such for the first time, I still want to share some of the tips and tricks and things that I've learned throughout the years. I did self-publish a book back in 2014, but it's honestly not really something that I'm proud of and not really something that I promote. It's just the truth. It was just a rushed attempt, but I mean, it was just a lesson one way or the other, and I still learned a lot about the self-publishing industry from that. I think the book may still be available on Kindle if you really want to see how awful it was, but that is totally on you. Hi from the post-editing stage. So sorry to interrupt, but based on this comment that I received from my trailer, apparently my book is for sale on Amazon for $1,000. Whoever this seller is certainly not me, so please do not spend that kind of money on this book. I know that there are people out there who are going to disagree with me when I say that this book isn't good at all, but whether it's good or not, it's still certainly not worth $1,000, so please don't do that. If, however, you are willing to spend $1,000 on this book, please just let me know personally, because your boy over here could probably use that $1,000 a lot more than whoever this seller is. And if that book is that important to you, then I am more than happy to let you have like every draft that's ever been written of that book, so you just let me know. Also, thank you so much to all the people who have already subscribed and shared and liked and commented and upvoted, because when I recorded this episode I had 0 of any of that, so I'm super excited that there's already people here with me. You may also recognize that I have a new setup right here, but I haven't even recorded the reveal for that yet, so spoiler alert, there's gonna be a setting change, but just not yet. I also would love to apologize for the glare in my glasses in this video, and I would also like to give a shout out to that booger in my right nostril, because apparently that's just how I wanted to welcome myself to YouTube. Anyway, enough of that, let's get back right on in. While my novel writing journey has seen its ups and downs, and I've learned a lot since that first self-publication, I've actually found more success in the freelance writing world, which is probably going to be what I focus on the most during this channel, just because at the moment it's what I have the most actual experience with. I also have an upcoming video about how writing should not be boring, and the tax information and everything else that you need to learn about building websites and being an author or having an online presence and everything like that should also not be boring. So I'm gonna do everything I can to try and make it all as interesting and as fun as possible for all of you, so that learning can be a fun experience and not something that just makes you wanna I'll do everything I can to cover everything you need to know throughout these episodes, but if there's ever a specific question that you have, please feel free to leave it down in the comments, and you never know, one day I might make a whole episode about it, and I'll even give you a shout out for giving me the idea. Also, something that I'm going to address right now, and only right now in this first episode, but something that might be obvious one day when I have enough content to binge. These books right here are going to change in every episode. I am not going to go so far as to say that you will never see the same book twice, nor will I say that maybe one day I might have a nice, beautiful bookcase as my backdrop, but I will always do at least my very best to make sure that anytime a book comes back into a video and makes a resurfacing, that it is at least with something else that it wasn't with before. It's just a little side thing, random little Easter egg that I wanted to share in this first episode, because it's just gonna be something that I'm doing in the background and one day people might notice. As for the topic of the day, what it means to be a creative. Next week's episode is going to be a little bit more tailored toward being an amateur versus being a professional in your creative field. Today we're going to discuss the actual term of what it just means to be a creative person. If these feelings of creativity are something new for you, then I certainly encourage you to embrace them and explore them, especially if they have recently surfaced as a result of this worldwide pandemic. But whether being a creative is new to you or not, all it really means, according to the dictionary at least, is essentially just creating an original thought through the production of your imagination. If you read the actual definitions I just put on the screen, you'll notice that I was paraphrasing, but you get the gist. You take something and you make something cool with it. Today, I just want you to focus on whatever creativity you feel inside of you. Whether you write music or choreography, stories, or articles, whether you draw or paint or quilt, whatever you do, just
go forth and create.
Let your imagination run free. And then make sure you join me next Tuesday so that we can talk about the differences between being an amateur and a professional in your creative field. That's all for this introductory episode of Write On In, my wonderful creatives. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, share, or do all of the above. And remember, if there's something in particular you would like for me to discuss, please let me know in the comments. See you next week!